This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, the Highlanders insist there's plenty of room for improvement despite back-to-back wins to start their Super Rugby campaign. The absence of hire electric scooters in Dunedin has forced a Dunedin man to acquire his own e-scooter. And Dunedin's Regent Theatre is set to feature a one-off contemporary Chinese dance show tonight. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. The Highlanders insist there's plenty of room for improvement despite back-to-back wins to start their Super Rugby campaign. The side travels to Melbourne tomorrow ahead of Friday night's match against the Rebels, with the coaching staff adamant they need to lift their performance if they are to remain unbeaten.
A bit of homework for Highlanders assistant coach Mark Hammett ahead of Friday night's match against the Rebels in Melbourne. Despite wins over the Chiefs and the Reds in the first 2 weeks of Super Rugby, he's not content with the way his side's been playing.
We're way off where we know we can be, so attitude's exactly where we want it to be, but just around our implementation and some of our skill sets, there's still lots to work on, as you'd expect, 2 weeks in.
The Reds exposed a few holes in the Highlanders' defensive line last Friday night, tackling at times looking like it was optional.
We got our structure, we had our position, we knew where we were going, but we didn't hit the fire button. So, and there's obviously some individuals will be disappointed with just one-on-one missed tackles.
The Rebels are coming off a bye after starting with an impressive win against the Brumbies in Canberra, who in turn thrashed the Chiefs last week. There's a feeling this season the Australian teams aren't the pushovers they may have been in recent years.
Yeah, I think Australia's showed that every World Cup year they're strong, and it's 2019 World Cup year and they seem to be getting stronger.
Adding to the challenge is the likelihood co-captain Ben Smith will be rested as per the All Blacks welfare agreement with Super Rugby franchises. None of the nation's top players are supposed to play more than 180 minutes over the first 3 rounds. Smith's already played all 160 minutes so far, paving the way for fullback understudy Josh Mackay.
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, being able to be behind Ben Smith, learn off him. Pretty much for me, I've just got to soak as much up from him while he's in his last year at the Highlanders, so I can look to put my best foot forward leading on to next season.
Midfielder Rob Thompson may miss the game with an injured ankle, while Liam Squire has an ongoing hip issue. But Dixon and lock Tom Franklin are available to boost the forward pack after their off-seasons in Japan. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A man on trial for indecently assaulting 6 girls under the age of 12 in a Queenstown swimming pool has denied all 13 charges brought against him. The charges relate to events in June 2017 at Alpine Aqualand at the Queenstown Events Centre. The man has interim name suppression. The trial before Judge Mark Callaghan in the Invercargill District Court continues this week. Dunedin remains free of Lime scooters while the company strives to bring its safety up to scratch. The company voluntarily removed its e-scooter fleet from the city on Friday night after brake malfunctions led to the Auckland City Council ordering them off their streets. However, one Dunedin man has got around the absence of electric scooters by buying his own.
Having fun on his electric scooter while Dunedin's Lime fleet are withdrawn for safety reasons. Jordan Cleaver now has his own personal e-scooter after initially being a fan of Lime scooters.
I've just seen them being introduced to Auckland and Christchurch. I was like, gosh, please bring them to Dunedin.
But almost 80 rides and over 250 kilometres later, the concept of Lime scooters became a bit pricey.
Then when I saw the amount that I spent them, I was like, I can see myself spending quite a lot on these things.
Instead, he's bought his own scooter, which is made by Segway, for around $1,000. The purchase has been just at the right time, after reports the Lime scooters were randomly jamming on the front brakes and causing accidents. Lime scooters are off the Dunedin roads at the moment, while their firmware gets updated.
When I did have some of those brake accidents, where the things where where I was going on at a fast speed, and then when I was putting the brake on, I almost came close to hitting a car. So
Cleaver says electric scooters are a great concept, as long as people ride them sensibly.
As long as people are safe, they're good.
Yeah.
It's just those silly idiots that, dump them in rivers and stuff, yeah.
It's likely limes will remain off our streets until third-party verification confirms the problem with the front brakes is fixed. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
A housing summit is set to be held in Dunedin as the city's property market creaks under the pressure of population growth and increasing costs. The summit, scheduled for Thursday, is being pushed by the Mayor's Task Force for Housing. Around 150 people are expected to attend the summit, including developers, landowners and community housing providers. Dunedin's Regent Theatre is set to feature a one-off contemporary dance show tonight with artists from both New Zealand and China. The Footnote New Zealand Dance and Guangdong Modern Dance Company are putting on a choreographed performance called Hemispheres. Thanks to sponsorship from Asian cultural organisations, the entry fee is to be a koha or a small donation.
Interpreting the Dunedin Public Art Gallery's new Networks exhibition of contemporary Chinese art. Dancers from both New Zealand and China giving a sneak peek of the show they'll be putting on tonight at the Regent Theatre. Footnote Artistic Liaison Officer Anita Hunsaker says their show is a result of her dance company's visit to China in 2018.
We've got 11 amazing dancers from Guangdong Modern Dance Company. We collaborated with them last year to create a show, and we toured China last year with them, and now they're here touring with us.
Guangdong is China's first modern dance company, and she says their dancers have proved to be skilled at both improvisation and choreography.
They're all trained contemporary dancers, and improvisation is a tool of training as a contemporary dancer. We are going to be responding to the artwork and to the space and to each other and improvising.
And she says the style of their dance is designed to let the audience decide what message to take from it.
I think dance is cool because it's a universal language. You don't actually need to talk to communicate. You can express yourself through just the simplest of movement, and everyone understands what they're doing. And contemporary dance is even more special because it's open to interpretation. You can interpret it however you like.
Footnote and Guangdong are set to perform at the Regent Theatre from 6:30 tonight. In Dunedin, for the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. 600 people and more converge on the Otago Goldfields Cavalcade, and Christchurch gets a new sporting facility set to open next month.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
ID Dunedin Fashion Week is celebrating 20 years and you're invited to the show. One amazing show, 2 nights, Friday 15 and Saturday 16 March at Dunedin's Regent Theatre. The show features ID International Emerging Designer Awards and a runway show from 16 of New Zealand's leading established designers. Tickets are available from Ticket Direct. Grab a group of friends and book today. For all the details, www.idfashion.co.nz.
Need to rent an EFTPOS? Whether it's just a week or the whole season, maybe a pop-up store, a concert or event, Anything's POS have equipment available to suit your needs for retail and hospitality with local support. To rent, lease or buy, contact Anything's POS.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren, his Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Blimey! At Alex Campbell Menswear, they've got too much great stock. There is 50% off the lot. And Lindsay's decided to extend the sale, only until March the 3rd at 4 p.m.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. Don't miss the Otago Home Show at the Edgar Centre, 1st, 2nd, 3rd of March, where home lovers go shopping.
Welcome back. Dunedin, along with other regional centres around the country, is due to reap the benefits as Air New Zealand slashes its lowest domestic fares by up to 50%. Fares to and from Dunedin and Christchurch will start at only $39. Tickets to fly to and from Wellington will start at $49, and those to and from Auckland will be $79. Air New Zealand Chief Executive Christopher Luxon says the move to shrink fares is the biggest overhaul of the airline's domestic pricing structure in more than a decade. The new fares are available for purchase from today. Over 600 people are taking part in this year's Otago Goldfields Cavalcade event. The procession of Clydesdales and heavy wagons made its way from a camp on the Lindis Pass yesterday, stopping near Terrace. It will travel across 11 riding, wagon, walking, cycling and running trails over the course of the week. Cavalcade coordinator Terry Davis says they've had a mixed bag weather-wise, with a harsh day on Sunday, but beautiful days yesterday and today. Trail boss Bill Butler and his crew rode through fresh snow on the White Coombe Range between Roxburgh and Waikaia. The cavalcade will converge on Lake Hawea on Saturday. Christchurch's newest sporting facility officially opens next month. Ngāpunawai Sports Hub is the replacement facility for several sports grounds damaged in the Christchurch earthquakes. Included in the list of sports facilities no longer available after the earthquakes is the former QE2 Park. Project manager Scott Bennett talks about the challenges of building a new sports facility from scratch.
So where we are currently, we've completed the athletics track. We got that commissioned in October, and that was for the start of the athletics season. Currently, at the current time, I think it's booked out every single day this week and for the next couple of weeks with schools competing, so fantastic to see. What you can see in the middle there is the field events, and down the sides here we've got the long jump. The track itself is a 9-lane, 400-metre internationally certified track through IAAF. It's made of 2 layers. The first is a 9mm polyurethane layer, and then it's got Riccarton G13 rubber granules on top of it, so that gives it that nice bounce and that extra energy that you get from running around it. You know, the athletics has been the most disadvantaged in Christchurch since the earthquakes, with the track lost at QE2. It's been a huge success so far. So in terms of the athletics, we've held some major events there. The biggest one was the Canterbury Primary School's finals day there with 1,700 kids representing from 130 schools and that. So really impressive to see. The physical construction will be completed by end of April this year. So we're very excited to get to the end of that process. The predominant challenge we've had has been weather, and we've had those 2 years in a row where it's been excessively wet winters, which has delayed us. We've had challenges on the athletics track with vandalism, which again slowed us up and prevented us, but it's nothing that hasn't been overcome. We've also managed to mitigate our wet weather delays during winter by bringing in gravel from the Lancaster Park demolition, which saved us a lot of cost and time delays, so that's been hugely successful. It's like all sites in Christchurch, it's prone to the easterlies and that, so it's nothing that we haven't experienced. We've put embankments in and we've got plantings on those embankments, so as those plantings establish more and more in the future, we'll get better wind protection. So what we're looking at here is the Hockey 1 turf and the hockey covered seating over here on the embankment. So this is where the international matches are played on here. I guess what's really special with this project is originally we weren't intending to have international hockey matches here, but we've managed to find additional funding for the $2 million worth of lighting. The lighting is the largest on the site here, with 28-metre high towers and televised lighting levels. So very bright, really putting Christchurch on the map from an international hockey perspective. So what we're looking at over here is the rugby league covered seating, and below that is the changing room block CV1. And over to the right of that, we're looking at the changing room or changing village CV2, which is prominently going to serve hockey. And then over here, we're looking at behind the mesh fences, we've got the 12 tennis courts that are currently under construction. They're just painting those at the current time. The rugby league will be commissioned in late April, early May, so that's the grass is sufficiently grown in on the 2 sand-based turfs there, and we'll have the tennis courts, the 12 tennis courts open for use. The next crucial event we've got is on Saturday the 23rd, this coming Saturday, and that's the Warriors reserve team playing the Canterbury Bulls in rugby league over on the community playing fields that we've got there. So another exciting milestone for us, the first of the rugby league games. On March 8th, we're going to have the official opening here at Napunawai Sports Hub, and that is the New Zealand Nationals, and there'll be a number of guests and representatives from the various codes. We're going to see an array of New Zealand's best athletes competing, and again, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a nationally known site. It's starting to become a household name in Christchurch and in Canterbury, Napunawai. I guess the exciting thing for me is the sheer number of kids that are going to go through this site already. We're seeing huge numbers, and a lot of us that are Christchurch folks have children, and we already are seeing our kids use this facility, which makes us very proud of what we're doing.
After the break on the South Today, the Kaikoura A&P show continues to defy the odds after a raft of recent challenges, and we check out tomorrow's weather.
Don't miss the Otago Home Show at the Edgar Centre, 1st, 2nd, 3rd of March, where home lovers go shopping.
Green Island Medical Centre have 2 late night clinics. We are now open on a Tuesday and Thursday night until 7 p.m. with doctor and nurse appointments available. Phone us on 488 2754 to make a booking or to find out more information.
Dunedin Beds R Us are having a stock clearance sale during the month of February. Up to 50% off New Zealand made sleepyhead beds. Come see Ricky and the team at 505 Princess Street next to Armstrong Prestige. Plenty of parking.
Most of us have spots on our skin. That's quite normal. Finding skin cancer as early as possible is key to successful treatment. Book in for a free check of 1 to 2 moles or a comprehensive full body check with the Mole Doctor in Waverley. Need to rent an EFTPOS? Whether it's just a week or the whole season, maybe a pop-up store, a concert or event, Anything's POS have equipment available to suit your needs for retail and hospitality with local support. To rent, lease or buy, contact Anything's POS.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Blimey! At Alex Campbell Menswear, they've got too much great stock. There is 50% off the lot. And Lindsay's decided to extend the sale, only until March the 3rd at 4 p.m.
ID Dunedin Fashion Week is celebrating 20 years and you're invited to the show. One amazing show, 2 nights, Friday 15 and Saturday 16 March at Dunedin's Regent Theatre. The show features ID International Emerging Designer Awards and a runway show from 16 of New Zealand's leading established designers. Tickets are available from Ticket Direct. Grab a group of friends and book today. All the details www.idfashion.co.nz.
Welcome back. Queenstown's Blake Marshall is eyeing a place on the Freeride World Tour after a podium finish in the qualifying series. Marshall's recent third-place run in Austria, seen here, means he's now leading the men's ski ranking in the Freeride World Qualifier Series. Classified as a 4-star event, the competition was an opportunity for up-and-coming riders to earn points towards a qualifying spot on next year's Freeride World Tour. The 24-year-old now leads the rankings by 1,000 points. But earning a spot on the tour will require strong results at the 2 remaining competitions in Switzerland next month and back in Austria in April. Organisers of the Kaikoura ANP show say it's as strong as it's ever been, despite battling a raft of recent challenges. After an earthquake, a cyclone and a struggle to recruit new committee members, the show continues to defy the odds.
The Kaikoura ANP show demonstrating its resilience. Locals turning out in droves over the weekend to celebrate the 106th running of the event. President Matt Anderson says it's as strong as it's ever been.
It's been tough. We obviously missed 1 year after the earthquake, but then last year we managed to pull it together even after Cyclone Gita and run a pretty good show last year as well. And now with everyone from Marlborough being able to come down again now, we're back to normal, so it's great.
Among the attractions was a farrier showing the finer art of hoof care or how to give a horse a pedicure. Organisers pleased with the huge turnout of people from both Canterbury and Marlborough.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see so many locals getting involved in the community, especially with agricultural point of view as well, with the teen ag and the young farmers as well. It's awesome that's keeping on going. It's one of the oldest young farmers groups in New Zealand apparently.
In one of the tents, a master butcher displays the finer art of boning out a beef leg. Kaikoura Mayor Winston Gray was among those taking part in a display of bicycle-powered shearing. He says the show is a big day for the town after some difficult years.
It's been keeping the show going has been quite a challenge. Small team of workers that make it happen every year, so really is a big challenge. This is a really good turnout today. Really good.
3 years ago, organisers wondered if the next show would be their last, as they struggled to recruit new committee members. Then the 2016 earthquake struck, followed by Cyclone Gita last year. Gray says a lot's been achieved in the years since the quake, but there's still more to do.
Yeah, we've got our bridges and things to build, the roads. Road work's still going on. They're going to be here for another year on the highway, getting that finished. Yep. So, but the council roads, we've got stuff to do. We've got bridges to build, roads to fix, still sewers to get in. But everything's functioning well now, so we're pretty much through it.
Winston Gray is no stranger to the Kaikoura ANP show, having served for 25 years on the show committee. Both he and Anderson delighted with the large turnout. In Kaikoura, the South Today.
Now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The Highlanders insist there's plenty of room for improvement despite back-to-back wins to start their Super Rugby campaign. The absence of hire electric scooters in Dunedin has forced a Dunedin man to acquire his own e-scooter while the Lime Company works to get scooters safe to use. And Dunedin's Regent Theatre is set to feature a one-off contemporary Chinese dance show tonight with dancers from China and New Zealand. And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Philip.
Yes, hi Sophie. Crystal the penguin, 3 years in a row battling sharks and injured in the Wildlife Hospital and patched up. Apparently she knows her way around the hospital.
Right.
Assuming it's a she. And the second picture here, amazing picture from 10,000 feet. Pivot irrigators have changed the landscape around Terrace and a lot more productive for farming, now displaying in the background.
Right.
Fresh tomorrow, natural wines. Story from South Otago, there's just been a tractor fire this afternoon. It looked like it would spread rapidly, but it was quickly brought under control. And a story about major gold exploration plans on the Dunstan Range.
Right, well thank you, Philip. All of that and more in tomorrow's ODT. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MolMap.
Beginning with tonight's southern view, looking at Otago Harbour from Macandrew Bay. Looking at the situation, cold tomorrow with widespread showers and fresh, strong, gusty southwesterlies. Showers clearing on Thursday, but still cold, and fine with milder temperatures on Friday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a cloudy day with highs of 24 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim are set for some cloud and a high temperature of 23 degrees. In Canterbury, a slightly cloudy day, a 22 degree high for Kaikoura and 23 for Christchurch, while Ashburton is set to be wet with 22 degrees as the high. In the southern towns, strong southwesterlies and showers, with the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore all reaching 13 degree highs. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, southwesterly change and showers are in store. Wanaka is aiming for 17, Alexandra and Queenstown 15, while Te Anau should expect strong southwesterlies, showers and a high of 13. To the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru can expect southwesterly change and showers later. Timaru is heading for 24. Oamaru showers come later in the day with a high of 18 degrees. Twizel and Omarama are due to have southwesterly change, showers and highs of 20 degrees. In Dunedin, mild tonight with high cloud and northerly winds, an overnight low of 10. A gusty cold southwest change developing tomorrow morning with a brief period of showers, then dry for a time with breezy southwesterlies in the afternoon. A high of 15 degrees and an overnight low of 8. Mostly cloudy and cold on Thursday with breezy southwesterlies slowly decreasing. Looking at a high of 13 and a low of 7 degrees. In Invercargill, some rain tonight with blustery cold southwesterlies developing, an overnight low of 9 degrees. Showers throughout tomorrow with strong gusty cold southwesterlies, aiming for a high of 12 and a low of 8. Showers clearing and sunny periods increasing during the day on Thursday, with cold southwesterlies easing slowly. Looking at a high of 13 degrees and a low of just 6. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.